Well, boys, YouTube has done it again. Everything from not communicating with the people to making the most disliked video on their own goddamn platform. YouTube has grown to be known as the shithole of the internet. They're the butt of every joke. They're the goddamn punching bag at the lunch table. And yesterday they did something that will go down in history as the world's dumbest decision. They are removing the dislike button. That's right, your audio is working fine. You didn't mishear me. YouTube is going to be removing the dislike button on their platform. And frankly, I don't know who the fuck is running YouTube over there, but it has to be the world's dumbest, most disconnected people you will ever see. Fucking Neanderthals could run YouTube better. I just don't understand what their thought process is. It's like, oh, we don't endorse bullying, so we'll remove dislikes altogether. Like, what the fuck? Does YouTube just want their platform to be this perfect little utopia they have planned where it's only sunshine, rainbows, and Fortnite default dances? If you watched any movies surrounding the idea of utopia, you will quickly find out that the perfect utopia is also the perfect dystopia. And without dislikes and opinions given by the people, nobody is going to change. No improvements are going to be made, especially for individual content creators. Like if when they see a high dislike ratio, they're going to be like, wow, maybe I should, change how this video is, or maybe, not do this next time and do something different. So they've prepared this little Shark Tank pitch they've made for us to try and make it seem like they're the good guys here, so let's have a watch.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers if it's a good video or not, if it's a helpful tutorial or not, or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not. But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have...
I'm going to stop it right here. YouTube doesn't have a research team, at least not one that holds up to the general standard. YouTube, if you're watching this, your research team doesn't do shit. The only research your team has ever done is studying the fastest way to kill your business possible. You didn't research shit. You probably flipped a coin and said, if this lands on tails, we'll keep the dislike button. If it lands on heads, we're getting that shit off this site. And if you do have a research team, I would love to know who they are and that they're actual people and not an AI running as you guys watch your platform slowly die.
Found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for.
Yeah, no shit, chief research team manager PR guy. That's what the fucking dislike button is for. And I don't know what the fuck you're going on about with, oh, the dislike button is like a scoreboard. I've never seen anyone even refer to it that way. Massively disliked videos usually have some objectively shitty shit on it. No video gets dislike bombed just for the sake of getting dislike bombed. There's always a reason behind it, and if someone doesn't like that content creator, who gives a fuck? That's their own personal preference and opinion. Let them dislike. It's not like one dislike is going to keep the people who liked the video from coming back. Like, oh shit, my favorite YouTuber, old Pop Wiggle Wiener over there by the barnyard, has more dislikes than likes in this video. I guess I just am not watching him anymore. That's not how people work. I dropped out of psychology and I can figure out how people think better than these fucking professional researchers.
That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
Yes, of course. Half your mission is to give everyone a voice by removing the dislike button, which directly affects their ability to have a voice by removing it completely. Fantastic, YouTube. Keep up the great work.
So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction.
Well, that's fantastic. Honestly, the hidden dislike option is something nobody gives a shit about because that's optional. Individual channels can turn that shit on or off depending on whatever it is they want. I don't do it because I like to let people know, hey, is this video good? Does this video suck shit? But when you do it on a universal scale to everybody where nobody can dislike, then we have a problem because you are directly removing the ability of expression, like free expression, fucking First Amendment out here of what people feel about the video. And then there's this like entire fucking ritual you have to go through just to see your own goddamn dislikes. It's no longer just in the analytics tab. You have to like go to this whole other section. It's just fucking annoying, okay? Let me see how my video's doing, for fuck's sake. God damn.
So, the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations.
You want to know what else lets me tune my recommendations? The fucking not interested or don't recommend channel button. That solves the problem almost immediately, and sometimes whenever I see some stinky shit on my homepage like assholes making Fortnite giveaway videos, I'll just hit that don't recommend channel button and that solves it. I will never see a video from them again because I know that they're making some terrible garbage over there. I don't know what glory hole YouTube thinks they're looking through with this hidden dislike feature.
But you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want.
Oh, fantastic. Looky here. YouTube is actually the good guys. You can still dislike, but it won't count towards anything, making it completely useless. Ah, yes, that's what I want, to not be able to see how a video is doing, but still contribute to the dislike if I want to. That's like one of those token machines in like those arcades where it like slowly pushes a coin out, except instead of a glass box, it's completely sealed off so you can't see what's inside, but you still want to put a coin in there just in case. You know, it's fucking useless. Leaving the ability to dislike while not showing how many dislikes are on the video does not do anything. You might as well remove it altogether.
Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching? Again, I kind of had this question too, but it turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership, regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not, they still watched.
Fantastic. So why are you doing this then? I would love to know. What is the fucking point of removing the dislike count if it doesn't lower or boost a video's viewership? This is exactly what's wrong with YouTube, and it's their corporate mindset. Remember when YouTube was about the creators? Yeah, me neither. That was a long fucking time ago, and now big companies, politicians and shit like that can easily spread misinformation and control what is liked and what is not. Because the dislike ratio gives people instant knowledge if the person making the video is full of shit or not. Shit, if this was implemented when Trump was still president, he probably would have went on YouTube and said, to be sure to drink bleach and inject hand sanitizer into your veins to stop COVID. And he would have gotten a lot less backlash because of this censorship of the dislike button. Like, nobody would have seen, wow, this video is massively disliked. Maybe I shouldn't listen to this guy, you know?
Next common question. If creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different? They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public.
Well, if you get embarrassed by a dislike count, then you should, 1, rethink the shit you're making, or 2, stop making videos. Nobody wants to hear this. Everyone's dream nowadays is, I'm gonna be the next PewDiePie, but that's the truth. If you can't handle criticism or shit of that nature, you should not be posting yourself on the internet. It's just how it is.
And one more common question, is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes?
Yes, and YouTube doesn't want to admit it. Susan, I know you get cold sweats at night wondering why you managed to make the most disliked video on your own platform, so don't you fucking lie to me about this. Oh, this isn't about YouTube, it's for the people. It's bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
No, although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes.
Yeah, maybe you should have thought about that before making a fucking Watch Mojo Top 10 video.
Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed and feel safe in doing so.
No, it's not. Your pathetic attempt at trying to end bullying on your site is doing more harm than good. Dudes making fucked up videos like animal abuse, slitting their cats' throats, and playing football with its half-dead twitching corpse, terrible shit like that will no longer get the attention it needs, or at least make it a lot harder to be known by the general public. If Daddy05 was still around during this time and had his dislike count removed, people would look at his shit and think, wow, this guy must be a great guy. He's clearly got his very obviously unhappy kids good with that prank. What a great dad, huh? A solution to people being self-conscious about how many dislikes they get is just, looking through, seeing what videos has a high dislike amount compared to their likes, and just reaching out and saying, hey man, look here, this is what you could do. Maybe you should stop doing this. Like, here's some advice and shit like that. But that assumes YouTube communicates, which they absolutely do not. So chances of that happening is about as high as me getting a girlfriend.
All right, so that's the update. I hope it doesn't cause too much frustration. Honestly, I think you're going to get used to it pretty quickly, and keep in mind other platforms don't even have a dislike button.
Other platforms don't even have a dislike button, and let me tell you why. Let's say TikTok, for example. TikTok videos are short, sweet, simple, gets to the point sometimes. Anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds per video, sometimes less. That doesn't require much effort, okay? That's just the truth, that's how it is. Any professional TikTokers out there that want to argue saying, TikToks require tons of effort and you're just a hater, you're fucking lying to me, and more importantly, you're lying to yourself. You sit there in front of a camera, dance, edit in some shitty mainstream music, and call it a day. You don't even have to be good at dancing, you just have to throw your ass around in a circle. Anyways, compare that to YouTube videos where if you want to be successful, you need to put in the effort. You need to make entertaining shit if you want to build an audience that keeps coming back for more, whether it be through high quality editing, high production value, fucking good commentary, shit like that. Which is why the dislike button is so crucial on a platform like YouTube, especially to content creators, because that way they'll know what they should keep in, what they should throw out, what worked, what doesn't. The criticism, okay, is the biggest part. And even to the general viewer, it's pretty damn important, so they immediately know, like, they get instant gratification when they see that ratio. Is this video a waste of time, or is it actually worth watching? Which is what YouTube has over other platforms. You need to spend actual time watching the content, unless it's like a shit post from some 7-year-old German kid screeching into their microphone, but we're excluding that. Compared to TikTok, where you can get through like 15 to 20 posts in 5 minutes, and that's on the longer end of the spectrum. I'm not good at making videos, okay? I just talk out of my ass and hope I can form enough complete sentences to make a video. So I'm not exactly like calling myself the greatest commentator to ever live, but if you're coming to me saying TikToks are high quality, then you can fuck off. Now I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people saying, oh, but you see art speed paints and process videos and shit like that. That art, it has a lot of effort in there. And yeah, you'd be right. It is a lot of effort to make art, but the thing is, the art is where all the effort is. The actual video itself requires little to no effort. Like, take my speed paint videos for example. The actual video production requires zero effort. I throw that shit into Windows Movie Maker, speed it up 32 times, and upload. That's about it. The drawing takes a ton of time, but the actual video production part takes no time, which is why I don't consider those videos high quality. The image at the end is, but the actual like video portion of it is not.
So consider that. Thank you, and I hope you're well.
So yeah, there's that. Frankly, to the 8.7 thousand people who like this, I have to wonder what you were smoking before watching this, because I want some of that. But yeah, that's about it. YouTube, keep up the not so great work. Honestly, if any other person made a video sharing platform, advertised it, and actually gave a shit about the community, YouTube would be gone in a few months. Fucking Pornhub could come out next week and make a video sharing platform and just blast YouTube into the shadow realm, or either that or force them to actually start caring about their community. Because as it stands, YouTube has a monopoly on video sharing. That's just the truth. The only real competitor is Twitch, and they're not even in the same field. Like, YouTube is mainly video sharing, Twitch is streaming. There's nobody going up against YouTube right now, and without competition, this company can do whatever they want. They can fucking advocate for pedophilia and have no fear of the consequences because nothing is going to happen to them. They're the gold standard for video sharing. But the thing is, YouTube without their community is nothing, just like how a king is nothing without its workers. Now, I can't do much. I'm just a normal guy who jerks off regularly. I have 2 feet, 5 toes on each foot. I have 3 nipples. But hopefully this video spreads awareness to the situation, and yeah, that's about it. Take it easy, everyone.